Wouldn't it be fun to have $1 million that you could spend any way you wanted to? Just imagine that you didn't have to pay bills or save for retirement. Instead, you can just blow it all on whatever you want. But the catch is, you have just 24 hours to spend the million or you lose it all. Don't forget to watch today's video to the very end to learn what you could do if you got $1 million for 24 hours only. Number 10. Buy a private island. Amazingly enough, there are still private islands that you can buy. You'd think by now someone would own all of them, but they don't. Also, the ones that are currently owned do come up for sale from time to time. As crazy as the world is right now, having your own little private piece of paradise doesn't sound like a bad idea. When you think of a private island, the Fiji Islands might come to mind, or some other place in the South Pacific. But your $1 million aren't going to get you an island in that area. However, you should be able to find a small undeveloped island in areas such as Belize, the Caribbean, and even off the Florida coast for $500,000. You can take the rest of your $1 million and use it to build a small cabin. Number 9. Buy a super expensive car. If you're not looking to get away from it all and everyone else on the planet, you could spend your money on a really, and I mean really, expensive car. Sure, you could buy $20,000, $50,000 cars and hand them out like candy. That could be a lot of fun, but it might be more fun to buy one super expensive car for yourself. There are several options here, but you might want to consider the McLaren Senna for a cool $1 million, or the Jaguar CX-75 supercar, which will set you back just over $1 million. Not to mention, this Jaguar is a hybrid, so it is also environmentally friendly. Number 8. Take a world cruise. Now, this is something we wouldn't mind doing at all. A world cruise is going to set you back about $200,000, so you would actually take 5 world cruises, which wouldn't be a bad idea. Of course, you could also take 4 family members or friends, which might make the whole experience a lot more fun. If you've never been out of America, this will certainly provide you with international travel chops. You could find a cruise line online that offers luxury world cruises. You can always take a world cruise for less. For example, we were able to find a 180-day cruise for $34,000, not including all the extras and airfare. It also comes with an inside room with no view, but if you've got $1 million to spend, why go with the less expensive option? Number 7. Go to outer space. Believe it or not, you can book a passage to take a trip to outer space. So if you are a fan of science fiction and have always wanted to take the opportunity to go to outer space, here's your chance. Virgin Galactic is taking applications for seats on one of its flights. The flights last 2 to 3 hours at an altitude of 62 miles. This peek into space will cost you $250,000, so you can take a few friends with you. You can really go to outer space as long as you have the cash. Number 6. Buy a yacht. Keep in mind that yachts can cost hundreds of millions of dollars, so your $1 million isn't going to go too far, but you should still be able to get a nice boat for much less. The only issues are the costs associated with owning this new yacht, things like maintenance, storage, marina fees, taxes, and so on, but let's not worry about that for now. Think of a 128-foot 2015 gullet stern gullet for $810,000. And there's a 210-foot 2005 Geico Ash 195 Fly for $546,000. That one would even leave you enough money to get the boat from Spain back to wherever you currently live. Before we move ahead, we'd like to invite you all to check out our very own Future Millionaire merchandise that we've prepared especially for you, our awesome fans, linked in the description below. Number 5. Buy 1,000 iPhones. We kind of like this ridiculous idea. iPhones are so expensive nowadays, but everyone wants one. But not everyone can afford one. You could give a lot of joy to a whole bunch of people by giving them a phone for free. Sure, start out with friends and family, but once you've given all of them free phones, then consider giving them to people in need. You never know how your act of kindness can change someone's life. It will also make you feel good, which is worth more than money. Number 4. Hand out $100 bills to strangers. This is a similar idea of handing out free iPhones. If you really want to play Santa Claus, then consider just giving cash to strangers. With $1 million to hand out, that is 10,000 people you could give $100 to. Just think how leaving a $100 tip might make some overworked waitress's day. There are plenty of homeless people you might walk by, especially if you live in a larger town. You can also throw a couple of bills into a street performer's jar as well, or just hand them out to people walking by you on the street. Number 3. Buy a nice piece of art. If you're an arts lover and you would like an expensive piece of art, now you have your chance. You can find that perfect painting to go in your bedroom or living room. If you can't find what you want here in the United States, you can charter a private jet and head on over to Europe or some place such as Switzerland to find what you're looking for. The trip can add to the fun of buying the art. You can always find art auctions as well as private sales online too. You'll find art available in the thousands of dollars all the way up to $1 million and much, much more. Number 2. Try your luck in Las Vegas. $1 million is great, but the truth is, it isn't as much as it used to be. So maybe you'd like to see it grow into something more. Vegas is always waiting and open, and they would be very happy to see you come and visit with your $1 million. Go play the high-stakes games and live large while you are there. You're sure to be comped well with that kind of cash. It could be a great trip, and who knows, maybe you will come home with even more money. Of course, you could lose it all, and that wouldn't be much fun at all. Number 1. Go on a shopping spree. If you love to shop, then now you have your chance. Go to New York and head to Fifth Avenue. You'll find all the designer stores you love, such as Gucci and Prada, as well as Tiffany & Company. Dig in and start shopping. It will be great fun, but you will soon discover just how easy and quickly you can spend $1 million. With that, we conclude that there are millions of fun and creative ways to spend $1 million in 24 hours. From buying your own island to traveling to outer space and just going on a huge shopping spree, the choice is yours. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Join in next time for more such interesting content. Goodbye.